Good evening, members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody is doing well, or should I say, morning. I hope everybody's doing good tonight. Uh, for those who follow here on YouTube, Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on Facebook, and who follow my short reel TikToks under AbeCS895. How's everybody doing this evening? I hope everybody's doing good. How you doing, cousin Jesse?
I am doing well, Primo. Greetings and salutations to all the members of Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. Welcome to the show.
Okay, here we go. See who we got here. I see two people up in the lobby. What's up, brother? What do you want? He wants a treat. That's what he wants.
It
Yeah, I was gonna come earlier on. I said, but I'm just gonna wait a little bit longer. I mean, I don't even know what time it is right now. Is it
is
12 something?
12:42.
There we go, 12:42.
Rebel, rebel.
You ate the treat and took off on me.
Welcome, Tennessee Rich Runner 2.
So like we had the screens like real close up, so I figured we can move it a little bit backwards
Welcome, Al Gore.
so the members can see us better instead
Smurfy,
of
welcome.
having a close up like this. You see your forehead. Back it up some.
Thank you. It looks like I have hair now.
Look at the difference. Watch.
Boop, 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 boop.
There you go. A little bit different. Who we got here? Runner, Al Gore, Murphy. How's everybody doing this evening? I don't know how long I'm going to do a live tonight. But we're going to go at least for about an hour and a half, possibly two.
Welcome, Real MMA.
I had to do some blood work today, and I was feeling a little bit all day. I was out cold all day, but I'm you know energized right now. How you doing, Kyle
How you
Whitehead?
doing, Kyle
How are
Whitehead?
you?
What's up, buddy?
Uh, I'll say the things that I was saying yesterday one more time. Whoever's here is I'm not
Mayhem,
interested.
welcome.
I'm not interested in anything of that anybody says in another channel or that they come in here trolling. I'm not interested. The only thing that we're gonna do is put them out because we don't got no time for drama. We're gonna continue the show. You know, from now on, that's what it's gonna be. We're just gonna boot them out. And if I know there's people said they're looking out for me, but to me, that's drama. I don't like drama, so I'm just I'm gonna take it to the point of either you just listen to the show. You can communicate with us about what we're talking of the show or something you might have an encounter. But anybody else comes in here trying to say something about anybody that I'm not affiliated with, if it continues, then I might have to boot you out or unfriend you because I don't got time for drama. I'm not here for that, especially with people that they're not worth it for me. I just want to continue on with the show. I'm just speaking in general. It's kind of like last night, people sending me all these messages about this and this, something that happened in another show. I don't care. It's I'm not here to. I'm here to share the stories and what we're talking about tonight. Is about night hour stories, shadow spirits, and bulto negros. So that's the only thing I wanted to say. I know it's the people that are here right now. They're not the ones doing this. It's just there's people that contact me after the show, sending me screenshots of something that happened a long time ago. I know what happened. I was seeing what happened. That's why I booted them out. You don't have to let me know. Whether it's that guy or another guy with a fake profile, because that's what they tend to do. People pretend to to be one another. I'm not interested in that. I'm just interested in what goes on here in spiritual encrypted encounters, dealing with the show. Like I said before, from now on, anybody comes here being disrespectful, I'm just booting them out. I don't get time for that.
What do you mean, mayhem? Do you feel them or do you see them? What are we talking about, mayhem?
Sensing, yes, I can sense them and I can see them at times. You're talking about tonight's show is Night Hour. It's called Night Hour Stories, Shadow Spirits, bulto negros.
Oh, those, yeah. Uh, I feel them more than I see them. If I concentrate, I can see them, but mostly I feel them first.
I can
Very
I can
sensitive to their
yeah
kind.
I can feel them and see them, especially I've always seen them even when I was in the military, training in Fort Hood out there in the fields, in the woods at nighttime. We do maneuvers and we stop, and set up an alpha opera for the night, a perimeter, and I would see them out there during the night also, out there in the woods. Uh, doesn't matter if we were training or it was a gunnery. I would always see this dark shadow figures. I've been seeing them all my life. Nothing new, and I can capture them also. On video. If I see them on video of what I witnessed, I go back to the part. If my camera is working, I go back to the part where I seen something or I sense something beside me, and normally I capture the activity that's around me. Sometimes the pass in front of me could looks like a shadow, you know, uh, but they move so fast that you have to lower the speed to be able to see what's passing in front of you. When we talk about like wind, they move fast like the wind, man, and they'll cause a magnetic interference in your equipment, whether it's your cell phone or you got recording something out there. It's going to cause interference that is going to interrupt on the signal, or it might mess up the battery, drain the battery of your equipment. That's what they do.
Welcome, Bernie. Benny. I'm glad we could touch a spot in your life, Kyle.
How you doing, Benny Frolics?
Was it a little girl, Smurfy, that she heard? It was around her age. Could set up a water barrier around her bed so it won't get near her.
Or you could also protect the room by placing a heavenly, cross on the doorway with either olive oil or uh, holy water on the window. If there's a closet and on the doorway, so nothing will be able to go in.
Holy palm on the door on the top of the door frame, right, cousin, and the windows.
Well, you could, if you that, or just place a cross with your finger, as you're saying, a prayer for to protect the room. She said she wasn't scared. Okay, so she was probably falling asleep and heard a voice, or was she awake? Sometimes things like that can happen when you're going into the dream state. Yeah, so today it's about shadow spirits and tornadoes. Like I said, I don't know how long I'm going to be on, but I'm going to try to for a good hour and a half, 2 hours. Uh, yeah, I've been itching to go back out there to investigate, but I'm just gonna I don't know I'm gonna go back out there anytime soon. Especially when I have family going out fishing and stuff like that. I don't want nothing to follow anybody while they're going out there fishing to the fishing trips, because there's a lot of woods, and the water, or where they're fishing, there's limestone, and that could cause paranormal activity.
So her eyes were open, but she was just laying there. Well, I'm glad she wasn't scared. She's got good faith, strong faith.
So I'm more than sure that everybody's seen somewhere along in your lives. Y'all seen a shadow spirit. Uh, we call them bulto negros in Spanish. Bultos just means the silhouette of something, but negros is dark. Like dark silhouettes, dark shadows. Well, the bultos is shadows, I think, in Spanish. Amen, Kyle. That you
Amen.
believe in Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I've seen a few of those black shadow figures, cousin. Especially in the other house where we used to live, close to the lake. They were
Yeah.
always at night in the front yard, in the backyard, and they were in our house.
Yeah, one thing about those dark shadow spirits, they like to hide, especially during the day. They like hiding in the darkness. If they're in your home, underneath your bed, in the closets, anything, any room that's dark. That's what they like to hide. Uh,
Welcome, Devorah.
the Aurora said, "Sombras tenebrosas."
Hola, Morgan. Hey, cousin. Ridge Runner wants to tell of an incident at work tonight.
Sure, go. More than welcome to tell us. I don't know who I have on my friends list. I mean, what he wants to come on live, or we just gonna share it here?
Welcome, Jaime Alanis.
Let me see. How you doing, Sister Morgan, Sister Deborah, Brother Jaime, Alanis? How you doing? Yeah. What's the name, Runner? Do I got you on my
Uh-huh.
friend list, Runner? Does he want to come live, or you just want to share a story here?
He hasn't answered yet. I'm waiting for him to type it in or say he wants to join.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. Well, where I come from, it was like a natural thing down there in the Rio Grande Valley, seeing the shadow figures uh, at nighttime. Even during the day, they would surface up. But at nighttime, it's when they would look freaked out because you could actually see the dark silhouette at night because it's night, so you're able to see. But when you see it, you're like, "Is that a person? What is that?" And then it's a shadow spirit because it doesn't have form like a person. It's just a dark spirit silhouette. The figure, what seems to be the silhouette of a human, but it's not.
Welcome,
It's
Brownie
just
Bear.
like a dark spirit. It's a dark spirit. Some of these shadow figures, I've seen them with red eyes or shadow spirits. I've seen them with red eyes, which to me, when it's red, is kind of like demonic in nature. I've seen them some with yellow eyes, which to me that's kind of like a form of a shapeshifter skinwalker. Then I've seen some that were with a white glare in their eyes, you know, uh, in which those right there, I don't know what those are if they have white glowing eyes, but if my senses got triggered, that means that they had to be demonic in nature. So I've seen red glowing eyes, yellow eyes, and white glowing eyes at nighttime. How about you, cousin?
I seen them in at the old house where I used to live, and like I told you, the I saw one that was it had Native American dress in the shadow, and then there was the one in the back of the yard, at the very back of the yard, that looked like a werewolf. But
How you
yeah,
doing,
they
brother Bernard Fox? Good morning.
uh the Ridge Runner says a couple came into his store, said hello, and saw them 15 minutes later. I told them if they needed anything to let me know. The guy in the electric wheelchair said, I have a message from God.
Oh wow. I didn't see his message there. Now I'm reading the comments. Sister Deborah says of seeing tall with red eyes and it has power to paralyze you. Brother Bernard, okay. See everyone of regular people. Bernard, I hear that all go. Bernard,
Welcome,
yes.
Bernard. Wow.
Call White has a one time uh, dad in Philippines. He never told me anything that cured. He was like age frequented with the locals. There's this gorgeous. He said God had told him to tell me not to worry about dying death, that I had a lot of more to do in this world, and what is coming down upon it. God said I needed to attend church more.
Amen.
Amen.
Go to church every Sunday.
This has just come that way, brother Runner. I guess he knew where your mind was, and I'm just playing.
On his
No, it's
ex-wife.
sometimes the spiritual messages like that come, Runner, for a reason.
Yeah, and like I was saying, cousin, and they were all over the backyard. They were all over the front yard. They were in the house. I told you I used the holy water and took six of those things out of my house, three out the back door, three out the front. I took control of them and put them out in the name of Jesus Christ. Well, I'm
You talk
always good for that,
Jesus
Jaime.
Christ, God, and ask God on Thursday for discernment. Well, when you ask for discernment on Thursday and it happened today, is because He's just telling you to have a closer relationship with Him, brother Runner.
Yeah, that's messed up, Smurfy, but you're right. I have a Filipino friend. I asked him, "What don't you eat in the Philippines?" He goes, "We don't eat uh full breed dogs like German Shepherds and stuff like that. Anything that has a breed." He goes, "We eat the mutts and anything that is not tied down. If it has a collar, we don't eat it."
Yeah, I knew a guy that was Vietnamese, and he said that they were poor and they would eat rat. He had joined the military, Vietnamese or Philippine. I think it was Vietnamese. Or he had a short name like CHU or something like that. But this guy, yeah, and I'm going to get a little bit off the subject. He was on the bad road. He was a private. He had a brand new car and always had a lot of money. It's because he was swilling and dealing. And I try to tell him, hey, you need to stop doing what you're doing. You know, you're going to get in trouble. He's like, I ain't worried about it, Sarge. I got this. He was from Houston. He went over there one weekend, and that was it. Never came back. He got gunned down at a stop sign. Uh, my NCO, Sergeant First Class White, had to go over there to get the body. He had like 200 bullet holes in him, you know.
God
But
is amazing all the
let's
time,
go
right,
back
Runner?
to topic.
What's up,
Yeah,
Alex Sabato? Welcome. But you know
yeah.
those shadow spirits that I had at the old house weren't as bad as the ones my grandfather's house there in Raymondville. You know the house, cousin? You know the house? The one in the second bedroom. All the evil things in that last bedroom that nobody could stay in because they would lose their mind.
You're talking about his grandpa's house?
Yeah, Grandpa Joe's house. There was some evil spirits in that too, man. When you laid down in the living room, there was one that would always come and mess with you while you were sleeping in the living room, man. The guy was a military veteran and said his wife had just driven from Atlanta, Georgia, and was there to tell me that message. Wow, that's cool, Ridge Runner.
And then Alex Davato Adapt says there are some little duendes here in Montezuma. They look like little muscle men, about 12 inches tall. Yeah, the shadows run by sometimes very fast. You can see it in the corner of your eye. Yeah, through your parallel vision, they move. Sometimes you think it's just your eyes playing tricks on you, but no, they're around. They know how to hide. They know where how to hide, where they can move and maneuver. They maneuver in angles, so that's why it's important. Like if you're out there investigating, to move your camera around, not to just point it one way. But you know how I'll be doing circling around me, or sometimes all of a sudden I just point it back towards me, or to my left or to my right, because there could be one right behind you. And you're able to capture it through camera. They know your reflexes. They kind of know what you're thinking, what you're gonna do. So that's why I always try to keep my mind clear, so they're not sensing what's in my mind. Or sometimes I go into prayer to interrupt whatever connection they're trying to get with me. I do a prayer, the deliverance prayer, sometimes to just throw them off track. But you've seen what they do, and when they hide within the tree line. When I'm out there, because what's in the trees? Shadows. No, it's dark, so they go blend in with the shadows of the branches of the trees. So you won't see them. I think that video where I heard somebody say something. It came from that wooded area that I said, identify yourself. There was woods, so they can blend in very, very good with the environment since they're spirits. It's not like you're gonna see somebody there. It's just a shadow, So they blend in with the shadows that are in their surroundings. Hi, Melanie said, "Are duendes flesh and blood?" That's what they're saying. What he's saying.
Pretty sure they bleed if you cut them up.
I've really never heard of anybody killing a duende. Have you?
No, I've never seen anybody catch one either. I mean, I've seen some videos where they say that they caught them, but they look like little dolls.
If you can catch them, I don't know. It's one of those things. It's like a toss up, because I mean, if they're magical creatures, or they're from witchcraft or necromancy, they would have the ability to. I ain't gonna say, well, to disappear, right, or to cloak themselves with magic. Uh, Kind of like the shadow figures. They know how to blend in to the environment. They can blend in right there with a shadow of a tree. Be right there in the shadow of the tree, and you just see a shadow of a tree, but it could be right there. At nighttime, they actually uh, go into the tree, because the trees they're alive, so they have the ability to enter or possess, right? Or should I say, uh, the proper word for it, bond. like spiritually bond, or just go in there for a moment momentarily. Since it's a living, it's the tree is alive, then you can move on to the next tree. Kind of like a person, that's what they do. They can jump into somebody. They could be there momentarily and then jump into somebody else. They go into the people that have spiritual openings.
Wow. Showing it fear, that's not a good thing, Smurf.
Supposedly, that will feed him razor blades and needles. Yeah, it's one of the things that the duende that that's hard to believe, not unless you witness it yourself, that you witness a duende. Something stabbed me in my Achilles when I was in the woods. It was like a little spear stuck in my mud and in my Achilles there in Elms Grove. I was bleeding when I got home. I had some pain. I didn't know why I had pain, and I pulled out this piece of metal that was stuck in my Achilles. So something had to stab me there. It looked like a little spear, and I was trying to figure out how I got there. Uh, After that happened to me is when I got the blood clot on my left leg. Maybe it had some poison in it or something that gave me the blood clot. I don't know, but I went up very sick. I was poked by a finger in my back twice with nobody there. Are you sure it wasn't Corner the cop that poked you in the back?
you, you sure it wasn't a colonoscopy?
Because to my understanding, those videos, he likes to poke people in the back and pretend it's a ghost. I'm just kidding, Deborah. Oh man, she said, "Aha, maybe."
You see what Morgan wrote?
October 2nd is the new court date. She's making a comeback. She says, "I was scared of the shadow figures, but then I heard about the 12-foot camera snake that goes up the culo."
Oh my.
Oh man,
Said I was screaming hookers and dealers and pimps. Oh my.
it's not the back or corner the cop wants to poke you in.
Oh wow.
Well, his videos are, you could tell, staged. When they go do something, they all staged within the family. Making it a family deal.
Somebody has to collect rocks to put in his pocket so he can throw the rocks.
He likes to throw rocks and he likes poking people in the back.
He puts a fake hair on his finger so it look like a Sasquatch.
And then he likes coming in with fake profiles, saying that to unfreeze them, to allow him in. That he'll come in here saying that we're talking bad about him. We're just speaking the truth. That's all. So going back to the story, bulto negros. Uh, yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know if y'all would know this, but like I remember when I was a kid, I would see some that were my height, my side as I was growing up. But then as I got older, those shadow figures over my height became taller. They're way taller. So I'm just wondering if those shadow spirits that I do encounter are the same ones that where I grew up, or is it different ones because I'm in a whole different location from where I grew up. I know in my home where I used to live, there's still a lot of activity there, and the one that I've seen up in the attic, I've seen the silhouette up in the attic. That one had yellow eyes looking at me. They have the ability to to bond and possess people. When the corner con makes a video of a dark cave, it's not. It's just the setup is. Oh shit! So
He's
where's
got
it?
a neck.
Where's the guy in the wheelchair? Did he go to
he's got
church running?
he's got an echo. It's deep, 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 deep.
Yeah, they love. One thing that they like to infest is uh, dirty homes. A home that's dirty, a home that is the people are living in sin. There's fighting, anger. That's why they love to dwell in those kind of homes. Uh, they're always in the darkness. The dirtier the home, the more unclean spirits you're going to have. That's why it's important to clean your home, have it clean daily, because you don't want this dark spirits invading your home.
Yeah, you do know that closets are portals, right, Smurfy? That's why you always need to have your closets closed.
Yeah, filth and dark places in general. Yes.
Welcome, sweet nothing. Yeah, we don't want to hear about that, sweet nothing.
Uh, Check out the show reel, sweet nothing. Check out my show reels. My proof is in there. All the proof of the encounters and the things that I capture that I speak about, or my show reels. The one that doesn't have diddly squat of anything is him. The only thing that he's got captured is of him throwing rocks and him poking people in the back
And some roaches.
and some roaches, roaches. But besides that, his show is a shit show. Most of the viewers or likes that he got is probably him liking his own video, but it's a shit show. I'm being honest. He has, the only thing that he's got is that he's been caught like several times. Throwing rocks was one of them. The other one was poking his daughter and his sister in the back, pretending it was a ghost. And everybody's seen that, I guess. I just seen it because not that I'll go to a channel. Somebody had placed it a short. They created their own little short reel of what happened, and you can see them poking them in the back, and they're pretending that there's a ghost behind them. So he's just messing up his. He don't have no credibility at all. He just everybody knows that he's fake, that he's fraudulent.
Yes, Morgan, very pathetic.
I don't know who the sweet nothing is, but it might be corn on the cob, because I've never seen this person. I think last time they came in here, also talking about him, about corn on the cob. So I gotta stick to what I say, right? You
Yes,
come in
sir.
here and boom, I said at the beginning of the show that if somebody comes in here,
We don't not taking no chisme.
I'm not taking no BS for nobody. So that person is out of here. I believe it was corn on the cob, but they're out. I'm sticking to what I'm saying. Anytime somebody comes in here saying about something dealing with that dude, I'm out. I'm booting them. So yep, they got banned. This is Sweet Nothing was banned and their comments were removed. That's what I
Que
said I'm
se
gonna do. I
vaya
gotta, I
a
gotta
la
be a man
verga.
of my word, right? That's the same thing he would do before. We come in there and interfere and say something about him, and we start talking about that fool, and we're not doing that anymore. We're just putting out whatever fake accounts they come in here with. We're putting them out.
I
So let's
told
get him
him.
back to the topic of the shadow spirits and bulto negros.
I told him we didn't want to hear about that, man. You heard me tell him.
Yep. He's talks slower than molasses.
He's got to make sure he gets the accent in. Anyway, back to the subject at hand, cuz where
Yeah.
were we?
Well, I was always seeing the shadow figures. The first time was when I was a kid. I would see them even before I went to Mexico. When I was, man, like not even a couple of months, I would see these shadow figures in our house that I can remember of. And then sometimes I would just see darkness. And what was happening is whether it was a shadow figure or brujas and brujos, they were trying to take me out. That they would find me in between the mattress and the box spring, or the mattresses back in the day in the 70s. They were heavy as hell, right? Because some of those mattresses had the springs in them. That's where they would find me, So I would always have a lot of bad dreams of not being able to breathe because I was being suffocated by the mattress. But I'm still here, thank God. But yes, I've seen the ones that are demonic in nature because they have the form that looks demonic, but they're in spirit form. So you can see them walking. It looks like a shadow on the wall when they're walking, but they're in spirit. So it's really their demonic spirit that's the form of the demonic spirit that's walking out. I would see them when I was in Mexico with the medicine woman. Then I started seeing them when I came back to the States in the form of when the lechuzas and brujas will come. One thing about the lechuzas and brujas and the shadow figures or shadow spirits is this: they like being in black. The brujas, they dress in black. And then when they take the manifestation of the lechuza, they're all in black. And then the shadow spirits or what they summon, right? They're all in black. That's so it's darkness. It's witchcraft and necromancy.
Somebody just called my name from the front door, cousin,
Oh yeah.
and the door's closed, man. That's why you saw me look over there to take off my earpiece.
Well, in reality, Sister Deborah, is I was wide awake when I'm seeing the shadow figures.
Look,
The other shadow figures you're talking about is when in the sleep paralysis you can see them also. Is they call it the sea witch, but it's a succubus, an incubus, and sometimes a familiar that travels with them. You know, they attacking your body or your vessel. That they interrupt in your dream and try to keep you preoccupied in your dream, which is not just sleep paralysis. It's called night terrors, and sometimes they're sleepwalking out of that, where the person doesn't even know they're sleepwalking, and they wake up in the middle of the living room. Sometimes they'll wake up outside. But what is it really? Is it really them that's taking their body outside, or is it the succubus incubus that's taking over the body, trying to take the body somewhere else? So that's when you're there. If you're there, you've seen somebody in that state of mind or in that situation. You try to, you can't really wake them up, but try to guide them back into the house. That's what you're supposed to do, because apparently something else is guiding them that direction.
your cousin, the one that I saw that we saw on camera at that place I used to work at. We were having, like I said, we were having trouble with the bay doors in the other out in the other building where the
Mhm.
vans went in and out. So put a camera in there, man, and they saw a dark shadow figure, man, going along, coming out from a part of the warehouse back there, and you could see the shadow walking by the wall. You could see it was a black shadow figure, and then when
Mhm.
it got to the doors, the bay doors went up, both of them. They went up, and you see this the dark shadow figure walk outside along the fence line and go out the gate, and then you see it walking down the street, going toward a supermarket that was over there. And we kept watching the feed, man, that from the camera. Like 30 minutes later, it came back, and you see it walking down the street, and then it comes back in through the gate, and then you see it walk up into the building, and the doors close, and you see it walking along the wall back to where it came from. It was really weird that dude from HR, he erased the video, man, because he couldn't believe what he was seeing. But I had already told him that there was something in there that shouldn't be in there. And it turns out that that place before they bought it, it was a ceiling fan factory, and they found the owner dead in his office. So it was probably that old man.
The spirit of the man.
Hmm. But yeah, you can see it on camera, man. You can see it like when you do your short films, your short reels, that you see the shadows and everything. You can actually see it walking, man. I was like, yeah, I knew that thing was in here.
And there's some real dark ones that they when they're so dark that they could actually manifest to look like a human. They even have a face, but it's black, and the some of the eye color of it is like yellowish. I remember one evening in my mobile home in Elms Grove where I was laying down and my door had a crack, and I seen somebody looking through the cracked door. I could see a shadow underneath the door. So when I went to go open the door, I thought it was my either my nephew or niece. I opened the door. I see somebody going around my cabinets, and I had a sliding door in the kitchen. So when I go around the cabinets, it was a single wide mobile home, right? So I see somebody closing the sliding door. I was like, man, it's got to be a person that was in here. So I go, I see whatever the spirit or in the form that almost look realistic, looking at me from the other side of the sliding door. So I went to go and I pried the door open. By the time I pried it, it's already on the grass and it's moving pretty fast, you know. So I jump off the steps of my back porch, and I go running after it. And I'm saying, hey, to who are you, whatever. So when I'm running after it, it's like not even touching the ground. It's like off the ground. So as I'm chasing it towards the park, I enter the park and I'm following it. It goes right into a tree. So I'm saying to identify itself. Then it jumps into another tree, and it like literally flies like spirit flies into another tree. And after I say identify yourself, I start praying. It just goes up in the air. It goes up in the air. But yeah, it's kind of like I believe they're like some of these beings, spirits. They're demonic in nature. They're created out of witchcraft and necromancy, or they could come from where the souls get tortured, like they're the sent on missions. I believe what I witnessed, it looked like a spirit of a female, but the face was all freaked out. It wasn't like a person. You could tell it was something demonic. And it had yellow eyes, but it took off. It didn't turn around. You figure it didn't want to face me. It just ran away. It like left away from me, and I was wide awake. When I chased it down into the park. So how can you catch a cryptid on a hoverboard? From the night hag, yeah. Spiritual openings, drinking is a spiritual opening. For those that are into pornography, like Runner, that's a spiritual that's a spiritual opening, Runner.
Why are you gonna put Runner on blast for pornography, man?
I'm just saying, those are spiritual openings. Is Runner still here? I'm just joking around, Runner.
My ex-wife, man.
I mean, the reason I chased it because I wanted to know who the hell it was. That's why the manifestation. It wasn't like one dimensional. It wasn't two dimensional. It was like 4D, 5D, where you could see a side to it, you could see a back to it. But then when you're following it, when it goes out into Mother Nature itself, right, running through it's moving on the grass, then you see that it's not a person, that it's changing form as it's moving. Then it goes into the trees, and I caught that wide awake. There was one day during the day that I was asleep, and I seen somebody standing by my window. And when I opened the window, I opened the blind and the curtain to see who it was. I seen a what seemed to be a woman, but it wasn't a woman. I believe it was a spirit. It had like a grayish druid-like robe, but the face was black and crispy, like it was burnt, and the face had a crack here and a crack here, and it looked like lava or something yellow, like fire, in its face. And next thing you know, as I start praying, he just disappears. But he was standing
I
by
can
my
say that
window.
too. Smurf.
Oh yeah, there
I've
you
never
go.
seen. I've never seen a naked midget runner, but they don't fall out my pockets like they fall out of your pockets.
Demonic voice. Yeah, I think the duendes were afraid of Runner. The duendes were afraid of Runner because they're afraid he gonna do something to him. Talking about midgets.
Yeah.
I'm just playing, yo. So it was a cat, a black cat with red eyes. That manifested to look like a cat with red eyes, and it said, uh,
You got
"Don't
jokes.
die." So it was trying to make him think that, by trying to put that in his mind. So all he has to do is say, "I bind and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name," because it was trying to uh, make them think about that. Yes, I think I have a video. I'm gonna go back and debunk it when I'm sitting in the parking lot where I go investigate. After I go into the woods and I come back out of the woods, as I'm standing by the pole, I could hear on the on the parking lot. I could hear the hoops coming straight at me. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go back and I create a show reel of that, so I can hear the sound of the hoofs. That it sounds like hoofs, and I'm gonna go back to the video where it happened here in my house, where I could hear hoof sounds on the street, and when I heard like something was like hoof sounds on the street, and I was looking, but I didn't see nothing. So when I walk up to my door and I'm locking the door, I hear the hoop sounds running towards me from the street on the side on the driveway onto the sidewalk. And when I close the door, you could see an orb come and hit the door, which would be like a spirit. I think I had placed that video out there. I can't remember, you know. Uh,
Yeah, his
there's
uncle, man. His uncle Smurfy.
Morgan says, "Do y'all think the activity picks up the closer to Halloween?"
Yeah, it does because it's Satan's birthday.
This when the witches are doing the rituals. Did you remember the video where you could hear the footsteps or the hoof sounds? Hi, Melanies. I would have to download it and make it sound louder so y'all can hear the hoof sounds. That's happened to me numerous times, man. Where you hear like it sounds like tacones or the hoof sound like like something running towards you. Then you look without fear and it just stops. But you could hear it making the hoof sounds.
Smurfer says, "What's crazy is that story where that big heavy guy would get tied up and dropped off on the roof by the lechuzas.
It
Isn't
was
that
my
your
uncle.
uncle?
Yeah, he was a very evil man. Yeah, I remember a lot of things that he was doing that was evil. He was always trying to scare people within the family. Try to pretend he's crazy, saying he's gonna kill everybody. Grab a shovel, grab a pick. You know, I just remember a lot of things. I confronted him when I was 16 years old. He had come to visit and he was acting a certain way, and I told him to leave our home. And he said, "What are you gonna do?" I said, "I remember everything you've done. So if I have to fight you, I'll fight you." And I told him to leave, and he left. That like a year, 2 years later, he died. You know,
Wow,
evil man.
that's messed up, Smurfy. That wasn't a baby bundle, man. That was an uncle bundle, dude.
No, those are true stories.
Hello, Madeline. How you been? Welcome to the show.
How you doing, Sister Madeline? Uh, yeah, yeah, the unclean spirits. They would attack him, which he would act like a whole different person, like he was being demonized, and the things that he was saying, like he could be playing, for example, checkers or chess. He could be playing chess or checkers outside, and next thing you know, he's like a whole different person because something enters him. But that's what happens when you dabble with the dark arts. You know,
Welcome, JFA. Welcome
you
to the
leave an
show.
opening to yourself to get spiritually attacked in that manner when you dabble in the dark arts.
Well, somebody that got picked up by Lechusa, apparently, Smurfy.
Somebody said, "Good night, Abe and Jesse finally made it to a show." Uh, I know who that is. And goodbye.
So that was a JFA.
Who?
JFA. He's a
He's J-
regular.
he's a
He's in
regular.
here.
I
Yeah,
never
he's
seen
in
him.
here. Yeah, he's in here a lot, man.
Well, I blocked him. So can somebody unblock him? I thought it was Corner on the Cob
No, no.
because he said finally caught a show, and then he
It's
said
been a
good night.
it's been
Then he
it's
said good
been a
night.
it's been a couple of days since he's been in, but he's been in here a lot before, man. And I recognize him.
Well, shit, he's blocked. How do you unblock him?
You're the only one who can do that, man. See, Madeline say JFA is a regular.
Oops.
You're the only
Sorry.
one that can unblock him since you blocked him.
It moved. It moved too fast, man. Where do I go to unblock him? Anybody? Anybody? There he is. Sorry, GFA. I didn't recognize you, man. Um, oh, so Sister Madeline unblocked him. There we go. Oops. I'm kind of trigger happy today.
Sorry about that, JFA. Welcome back.
That's what happened to him. He was dabbling. He started reading the black magic book, or he was doing something which a lot of things were he was conjuring things. For example,
You see that,
uh,
cousin? That's the one you need to get right there.
Who's that?
He says, "Can you, Ghostface?" He says, "Can you unfreeze Steven's account?" He said he doesn't want any more trouble.
I don't see Ghostface here.
Well, I see it right here. I'll light it up for you. Do you see it on your screen?
Yeah,
I don't know how to block him, man. I guess probably Madeline's gonna have to do that.
yeah. I don't know who that is. First time I ever seen Ghostface in here. Right, first time.
I had never seen him.
But I don't know. I don't even see the comment on here, man.
I see it.
Oops. Look like cousin Jesse froze himself out. So I don't know what happened with the other. There's cousin Jesse right there. La chalupa got him. La chupa got him. Uh,
Sorry
what
about.
happened?
I
La, la,
pushed the wrong button.
yeah, like I said before, I don't want nothing dealing with corn on the cob or any other people that been trolling me or coming against the Turners. If they pop in here, I'm booting them out. They don't need to be here. I don't go follow them. I don't troll them. They're not my friends. So somebody comes in here uh, talking in behalf of somebody else. We're just gonna boot them out. Like I said before at the beginning of the show, we got to continue the show. We're not gonna have any interruptions. Yeah.
Thank you, Madeline. I try to do it, but I poke the wrong button and block myself.
No, I've seen how big this the shadow figures were one time with my uncle. Because we had an outdoor latrine, right? And I could hear him talking to somebody. He was in the little chicken coop. But it was a chicken coop like a cabin, and I heard him talking to somebody during the day, and then I seen it. I seen the big dark shadow spirit with red eyes talking to him, and my uncle, he was a big guy, weighed like 300 pounds. Well, the shadow figure was way bigger than him, and he was looking down at him, saying something to him. I witnessed that, and I seen the shadow figure with the red eyes looking at him, or should I say, shadow spirit or demon. And I ran off. I ran back to the house, and it was during the day when I witnessed this. So he was dabbling in some dark arts. That's why he started getting spiritually attacked because he didn't want to continue to read or study what he was studying. He wanted to start having a relationship with Jesus Christ, and that's when they started attacking him. Because I don't know what deal he had made or what, but that's when the witches and warlocks started coming for him. You know, whatever opening he had, whatever he had done, they attacked him hard. Scratches wrapped around in this big old thick rope. I mean, I'm talking about a thick rope. He was a big man. We all could be asleep and we just hear a thump, like something land on top of the roof, like hard, like wow. He said that the lechuzas were taking him, and they couldn't lift him, and they let him go, and he landed on top of the roof. It was just weird that when he landed on top of the roof, I mean, he didn't roll off. For a big man, he had the rope. You figure that he would roll off the roof, and which it made me think maybe it was just him doing that. But I just don't know how he got on top of the roof because the ladder wasn't even there. It wasn't by the roof or nothing. So only God knows, you know.
Well, JFA, I guess the reason that they were trolling Abe real bad is because Abe has proof of what's out there, and they're trying to ruin his reputation by saying he's fake when they're the ones that are fake. That's all it is right there. It's just they're just haters, man.
I can go right now if I want to into the middle of the woods anywhere and go out there just with my cell phone. Doesn't matter where. I can go by myself. This. I mean, I'm used to doing this kind of things. I don't have to take nobody with me. I go by myself. It's just like we're doing today. I know y'all see some of the videos are at nighttime. Some of those
I
videos
did.
are there at nighttime when I've gone to the woods at nighttime, at 3 in the morning. When I heard the hoof sounds, that happened at 3 in the morning. I went in there at 3 in the morning because there was a lot of activity happening around my home. So I went out there to confront. If something had a spiritual problem with me, for it to show itself, so we can handle it spiritually. That's why I went out there. I went literally into the woods. It was the same day that I heard the banshee in the woods. Then after I heard the banshee, I said, okay. I was sensing, and then I just walked away, went to the parking lot, and that's when it happened. When I got by the pole, I heard the hoop sounds running towards me. Like something on hoops was running straight towards me. And I looked, and I was fixing to rebuke it in Jesus Christ's name, but then it stopped. But it followed me home. That's weird. It followed me home because it made the hoop sounds on the street. Amen. I'm going to lay down. Feeling tired. Too a long day. I'm going to be like quiet.
She's here, cousin. She's here.
How you doing, Sister Liz?
Hi, Liz.
Yeah, that was just corn on the cob. He's been doing that, you know. Telling you, if you ever see me in person one day, you're probably gonna.
Shit his pants. He's
I didn't want to say it, but
gonna cream
you know
his
what?
pants.
I'm not. I don't. I'm not gonna. This is what I got on. What did it say here?
I can't read it, cousin. Walk with Jesus.
And what else?
I can't read the bill, man. It's too small. The letters are too small. I can't see them.
I love Jesus. That's what it says.
I love Jesus too.
That's what I got on today. This hat. Walk with Jesus, and it says, "I love Jesus." There you go, runner. There's the message. A double affirmation of what you said. How the man told you, uh, having more relationship, and the hat affirms what the man was telling you. It says, "Walk with Jesus," and it says, "I love Jesus." That's what I'm having on today. I figured, you know, somebody's gonna get triggered by it. It always happens that way. So I want to
Thank
back it
you,
up
Liz.
now. There we go.
You know that's my real name, right, Liz?
She's talking about I love Jesus as in Jesus Christ.
Oh, I thought she was talking about me, man. I was like, oh. Estoy jugando, primo. Estoy jugando.
Dang, Jesse.
Madden found it hilarious.
So that's what I
You're
had him
welcome,
on
Liz.
today. I'll tell you, he's got me a lot of situations.
Yes, Deborah. There I go again.
Brenda said, I'm spending tomorrow at the state park, fasting and communing with the Heavenly Father. I have my Bible and I will be praying. Amen, runner.
Amen, runner.
Hamlet says there were no horses around, Abe. No, no horses, man. One of these days, I'll just leave this on and try to connect on the third with my phone. Send a thing on my phone, drive that ways, and go live while we're here as a three. Leave my seat from here and be able to go live out there at the same time.
How'd you find out about that, Smurfy? That's supposed to be a secret.
The only Bible. No, bro. I mean, there was no horses around, man, and it sounded very loud. The hoof marks. It was at 3 in the morning, like three something, when I went into the woods.
Yeah, the demonic hour, cousin.
Well, I got the video. What I can do is look up the video through Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on Facebook, download it, and get a close up of it when it happens, so y'all can hear the footsteps or the hoof sounds. I already know what that is because I've heard the hoof sounds before. It was that demon that was coming after my uncle and my grandmother. Same one. I'm just waiting. If it ever manifests, I'm going to fight it spiritually. Generational curses. When somebody's dabbling with something, they can send it through the lineage. So but it's not strong enough. I can hear the hoof sounds, but I'm not going to give it power. Not the power that my grandmother gave it, or anybody that was dabbling in any dark arts in my family. I'm not going to give it the power. I'm going to maintain my love with Jesus Christ. Barry the Boss says Jesse has a curse of the corn on his head.
I got a corn for you, Barry the boss. Pura mazorca, vato.
No, this was no horse sounds because it sounded like something walking on twos. Like it wasn't it sounded like more than one hoops. It sounded like something walking on twos with hoof marks. Like you can say a hoof
Thank you, man.
sound, or if a woman is wearing some heavy high heels. You know what I'm saying? The back to the yeah, it was like I don't know who this Barry the Boss is, but it's still here. So we send Barry to visit the other Barry. No,
Welcome,
I
monsoon.
would say kind of like high heels, but no, this sounded way louder than high. It sounded like hoops.
Es Merlin, a goatman in tacones.
No, well, or imagine a boot, how a boot would sound, right? Like when somebody's dancing, but you could literally hear it sounded like hoops. One day, I will go out there and do a show while cousin Jesse holds down the fort, right? I'm gonna go out there and try to do the three party and go live in the woods.
Man, you shouldn't go there without backup, man. Because they're already waiting for you. They know when you're coming. They just stand there and
I
wait
know
for you.
they know they surface up. Yeah, loud loud hoofs. That's what it sounded like. Something big. No, there was no goat, man. All I know is it sounded loud, like loud hoof sounds. More of either a donkey or a
Oh,
horse.
maybe a
You know,
centaur, half man,
no,
half horse.
just what I'm saying. Like something heavy.
I would go with him, Jaime. I ain't afraid to hang out with my cousin. He knows what we're about. Not the first time we hung out
Yeah,
being Ghostbusters.
I always go out there by myself, and I go with no fear. I know if I go there right now, if I were to get up and send a link to me and go out there, so y'all can check it out. But I don't think I can do that because I will have to be. But I can be out there with my phone. But I don't know if it would look good here. If I were to hook up,
Because, once you lose that connection out there,
yeah, anything can happen. There was one day that I was out there, and spiritually, I seen a man and a woman. They were dressed all in black in the woods, in the right there in the open space.
Will Smurfy, Jesse doesn't run anyway. I'll fight a dog, man. I almost fought one in Mississippi. I ain't scared. I have no mental weaknesses, man. I'm not a
They they
weak-minded individual.
they can attack you spiritually, and if you have enough spiritual openings, they can attack you physically too. Because that's what they do. They attack that way. I mean, I've seen people get elevated by them in the air. The man that I seen on the road, and I didn't even see a shadow lift him up. It's just he got lifted by an unseen, an invisible force, where he got lifted up like 7 feet up in the air, and he got slammed. Then he got picked up again and slammed, picked up again and slammed 3 times. This dude was knocked out on the side of the highway. I was walking. I was like maybe 75 feet away from him when I seen him get picked up in the air by something. I thought that he jumped in the air and he dropped himself at first, but when his body is just laid out and his unconscious body gets lifted up and drops, and then he gets lifted up again and drops. That's when I knew that it was something else that did that to him. So I was able to get to the bridge. You happen near the bridge there in between the both of the there's a highway that goes in between Elms Grove and the other side of Elms Grove, or the other side of the highway. And the
Look
force
up,
that picked
breathing.
him up was from the other side of Elms Grove that lifted the guy up, and he was possessed. All I know is I crossed the in the middle of the bridge. I crossed to the other side, and I was saying, "Sir, do you need help?" He was an African American, and he's not saying nothing to me. He's just unconscious there. And I said, "Sir," and he starts crawling on the ground, and he gets up and he's walking like in a daze, and he comes towards me. He's got like his eyes are reddish, I guess from I don't know if he was in a his eyes are red. Like it looked like I don't know if he was smoking weed or what. But when he looked at me, he said, "Next time I see you, I'm gonna kill you." And that's all he kept on repeating himself. And I kept on telling him, "Come with me, sir," because I could tell something wasn't right with him. So from the bridge to the Family Dollar where I took him to, he repeated himself numerous times. Kept on saying the same thing over and over. Next time I see you, I'm gonna kill you. Next time I see you, I'm gonna kill you. Like constantly. So, I was able to get him to safety because if anybody else, if somebody's telling you next time I see I'm gonna kill you, they're gonna take off running or whatever. But I already knew that it was something had this man bonded. Uh, how you doing, brother Joe Breezy? So I I got him to the store. I got some water, and I told him to wait by where the cashier was. And he started asking her for her name, and she told him her name, and then he told her, "Next time I see you, I'm gonna kill you." And she screamed. And by then I already prayed over the water and blessed the water. And I told him, "No, no, he don't know what he's saying." He hit his head. I found him on the bridge, and I opened up the water, and I give it to him, and he drinks the water. When he drinks the water, the unclean spirit that was in him takes off. Then he looks at me and he says, "Hey, man, thank you for the water." He was like a whole different person, and even the girl noticed that he was acting differently. It wasn't like he was acting before. So she never called the cops, and he said, "Hey, thank you for the water." And I said, "Can I ask you a question? Why were you walking on the highway?" And he said that his truck had run out of gas. So he was mad because his truck had run out of gas. He didn't have his gas tank, in the back of his truck. So he was mad with himself for not having it back there. Uh, and I guess it was the opening he used to attack him. Or yeah, only God knows what kind of other opening he had. Sometimes it's this things have jurisdiction over people. Goes by the path that they're in, right? So that's why it's important to maintain a love foundation and have faith in Jesus Christ. Yeah, a demon, brother Jaime Alanis.
Well, JFA, they attack you spiritually to weaken your vessel so they can possess your vessel. And once they possess your vessel, then they start to destroy your vessel. That is their mission.
That's what they do. They destroy the vessel to destroy the spirit. Who's who's into cryptids? I mean, who's believes in Bigfoot? Who believes in a dogman? Right, right. Who believes in Bigfoot? Look at all the people in the Bigfoot community that have been attacked, and they're not here no more because they're getting sick. It's
Amen,
not the
Devor.
Bigfoot. It's not the Bigfoot that's making them sick. It's the demons because they're believing in it that it's a Bigfoot, and belief is a spiritual opening. So it's a demon that's making them sick and taking them out. You know, that's what's happening in
Welcome,
the
JFA.
Bigfoot community right now. How many people that are supposedly up there in the cryptic community that they write books and that they go investigate? How many of those people are sick right now? Real sick. Y'all know
Just about all.
how many people have died as of recently for the past 3 years? There's been many because of the spiritual openings of belief. But that's what I'm saying, Sister Delgado. If you're believing, right, and the Sasquatch that they're believing in is a demon, then they're really believing in the demon. No matter what name or title you give it, you're still believing, and that's a spiritual opening to get spiritually attacked. That you can become sick, ill, and they take you out. That's all I'm saying. Look at the statistics. Look at the statistics of the people that are in the cryptic community. How many have we lost uh, these past couple of years? It's been many, and many people that are well known that are not here no more because of the belief factor. Once they get bonded, then he has control over them. Then he can take them out at any given time. I mean, golly, they're writing books about them, right? That they're Bigfoots, but then they're saying the real true nature of what they are, demonic. And that ain't no different than when somebody reads a black magic book. Believing is believing, right? Am I correct?
Yeah, my brother went crazy when he read his. Wound up in the loony bin.
What happened to your brother? Oh,
He was
cousin Joe.
he was reading the Satanic Bible, and he had been reading it for days nonstop. And then when he stopped, he went nuts, man. My mom had to call the police, and they put him in the loony bin for like a month. He was up in a padded cell after reading that Black Bible. When he came back out, he got rid of it because he said he got possessed. That it wasn't
Demonized.
him. Yeah, that it wasn't him doing all that.
There you go. I'm just saying, if you're going to believe in something, believe in Jesus Christ.
Amen.
When you say I type under rebuke in Jesus Christ's name, they're all flee. Bigfoot, Dogman, Goatman, Mothman, they're all flee. When you say I type under rebuke in Jesus Christ's name, do you know why they flee? When you say Jesus Christ, because they're demonic.
And there's
Shadow
power in the
figures,
name.
shadow figures flee. Shadow spirits, they flee. When you say I type under rebuke in Jesus Christ's name, uh, the footsteps of the hoofs, they flee. When you say I type under rebuke in Jesus Christ's name. The lechuza that I seen by the tree, I didn't say I tied binary rebuke in Jesus Christ. I thought in my mind said it. I tied binary rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name, and it flew away. Also, I'm pretty sure I had a rifle in my hand before I walked. The one I saw toward me was seven or the dimensional shadow, no face, and he was staring at me. He looked like a bodybuilder.
Yeah, well, my brother actually did, Jaime. He went crazy.
You can be armed, Kyle, but it's not going to do nothing to them if they're in spirit and they're demonic. You can shoot. You can try to do something. It's not. You're not going to do nothing to it. It's going to go right through it because they're in spirit. But if you fight spiritually through Jesus Christ, you can overcome it through Jesus Christ. But you have to have the faith and belief to be able to overcome it spiritually. I'm just saying, brother Kyle, that the Bigfoot will not be full of lead. There won't be no Bigfoot because they're spirit. They're demonic in nature. So it's bullets are expensive. So basically, you're gonna have wasted bullets, and there's not gonna be no dead Bigfoot because it's demonic in nature. What do you think? Don't you think? And this was the Bigfoot community, and I was telling you. Don't you
Yes,
think they've already shot at what when they've seen a Bigfoot that attempted to kill it to be the first person to have a trophy to say, "Look, I killed a Bigfoot." But when the bullets missed and they kept on coming, then they found out that the Bigfoot was not a flesh being, that it was demonic in nature. But they don't want to say the truth. They wanna continue to live the lie that it's a flesh being. It's not a flesh being. It's demonic of nature.
they said they couldn't shoot it down because it was wearing a bulletproof vest.
Come on, man.
Sorry, I
Come
couldn't, I
on,
couldn't,
man.
I couldn't resist. Cause
Yeah, no, no, it's true. There's people that say, "Oh yeah, it was wearing Kevlar." Come on, man. I bet you they would have gone to where they wasted the bullets. The bullets would have been in the trees and in the branches where they shot. I'm just being honest with y'all. That's why they have no body. They have no one captured because they're demonic. They're in spirit form. And
really, Smurfy?
for those people that said that it's their family and their friends out there, you could say they're already demonized because that's what they're believing, right? So yeah, a family of demons is their friends, or they're being demonized by it. I'm just being honest with y'all. How many groups have you been to where People call them the family. They call them spiritual beings. Like they're real a lot. Some people would supposedly leave gifts for them or food, and supposedly the Bigfoot leaves something there for them. No, there was this lady I seen one time, and she took a picture of a handprint, right? That she had a handprint of a Bigfoot. And then somebody told her, "Can you show us your handprint?" And she put her handprint, and it was the same handprint.
Smurfy, by your logic, if you're praying over the bullet so it'll have a spiritual component, that's like shooting somebody from Saudi Arabia and dipping your bullets in bacon grease. You're gonna dip the bullets in anything holy water, my brother.
And even that is a spirit. The only way is to fight spiritually. That's it. That's the only way.
Okay, okay, I get it. I get it.
It says something with the selenite. The stone itself does nothing, but it's the effect on the spirit that you're seeking. Like the black tourmaline, it wards off negative energies. The selenite,
Yes, Kyle.
it does store energy from the sun and the moon, and it brings your guardian angels and angels to assist you spiritually. Uh, Ever since I've been wearing it, when I wouldn't wear this before, and I would do my investigations, I was getting attacked all the time spiritually. When I was getting drained, I started wearing the selenite and the black tourmaline for protection. Those attacks kind of stopped. I started not feeling. But there's been times when I was outnumbered and I was getting attacked even with black tourmaline and selenite. But it's got to be on the path that you're traveling. I haven't been drinking.
Yes,
I
Kyle.
really haven't been going out or doing
Mhm.
anything like that. So it's about really is mainly about your faith and your belief in Jesus Christ. That's what it is about. No, you don't have to run. Running is a shot is a if you try to run, you're showing fear. Just stand your ground spiritually. Uh, when you don't give it power through fear, then it's going to leave you alone. It's not going to mess with you because you're not giving it power through fear. And you can go on to yourself. You can say a little prayer for nothing to follow you that is not welcome uh, on your foundation or to go to your house. You take authority over it through Jesus Christ's name. Uh, I don't know if a bullet would do anything, even if you have holy water with it. It's really about the faith. I don't think a bullet has faith, but we as people have faith. It's about if we truly have a relationship with Jesus Christ. That's why it works
I
because
see
of
how
the
you. I see where you're coming from, Kyle.
relationship that we have with Jesus Christ. That's why it works when we say a tie binary beacon in Jesus Christ's name.
Whew.
The bullet doesn't have faith. The rifle doesn't have faith. If the user doesn't have faith, then it's not going to work. It's about having the faith through Jesus Christ and going through Jesus Christ. That's what it's about. That's what people don't want you to know. That's why I get trolls that come in here or people from big groups that have millions and millions of people uh, because of dinero, right? Million
Yeah,
followers
Kyle.
that I bring this into light. They don't like this
You're
because I'm
welcome,
speaking the truth.
Kyle.
I'd rather speak the truth to y'all than BS you or bullshit you.
Mm-hmm.
Bottom line. I mean, you could try, brother, but I'm just saying that of what I've witnessed, of what I experienced, Weapons don't do nothing against them. It's got to be done through faith, through Jesus Christ. The weapon of faith. When you fight spiritually, you can call upon the heavenly angels to assist you. They'll come and assist you, and you will see more of a response than a bullet. I witnessed this. I'm letting you know. Uh, one day that I was walking out there in Elms Grove, there was a big quad where I would do my exercise, and I was kind of tired that day. But I was walking, and I just seen this giant red uh, orbs or portals of some sort that were coming straight towards me. You know, it was two red portals, looked like portals, or you could say giant orbs that were real tall, like 12 foot, 13 tall. They were coming at me, closing up on me from different directions. When I seen
Welcome
them
back.
coming at me, I say, Heavenly Father, please help me. You know, send your heavenly angels to assist me. And when I prayed that, there was two blue portal-like things that came from the sky, orb-like things, big, like as big or bigger than those, and they went straight towards them and collided against them. When it collided against them, the red orbs just dispersed in little molecules or pieces, you know, like, and then the light blue giant orbs went back into the heavens and disappeared. Uh, that's when you have a real positive effect. If it happened in that nature, I'm more than sure that whatever was coming at me got destroyed by the heavenly angels. Now that's more effective than a bullet when you pray for spiritual assistance.
Do you have possums at your house, Murphy? ¿Tienes tacuaches? Did they tell you when they see you, no quema, cuz?
You gotta be careful with the possum Murphy because that could be a skinwalker
Mm-hmm.
shape shifting into a possum, a dog, a cat, so you can take him inside your home. Or it could even be a familiar. You're allowed in your home, then it's got free entry into your household because you brought him in.
Hi, God, the Son of Jesus saves. Christ saves. How you doing? They never say no quema, cuz.
I bet who said the blue orbs descended from the sky. It happened pretty fast. I'm not gonna say. I'm not gonna tell you it happened in 5 seconds because they're coming as they were coming. Everything happened within a matter of, I would say, like within 7 seconds, 7 8 seconds. That's how it happened within 7 to 8 seconds. Because there were the Hemi angles. They were coming from two different angles, and they were closing up on me. And I prayed, and then the ones came from the sky and went collided against them between 5 to 7 seconds or 7 seconds because they were closing up on me, and they collided with them and they dispersed. Then the ones that were there, the light blue aura, it was like a light blue uh orb like, well, not orb, like a portal. I would say there were angels, and they went back into the heaven. They disappeared. But then the rare ones that were gone. You know, they got eliminated by a higher power. That's why I try to tell y'all that when you have a love foundation and you place Jesus Christ first and you call upon him in true faith that you need his help, he's going to assist you. He's assisting me. That's why I know he exists.
Wow, that's cool, Kyle. We used to play soccer with the possums, man. We'd all just kick them around.
And just when that happened, that was my cue for me to leave. You know, to go. go back to the house. It's like they gave me enough time to get out of there. They protected me. When I felt the presence, I felt safe. Like I feel I wasn't scared, but I feel safe because I know I was in a predicament. Uh, but yeah, they protected me. The Heavenly Father answered my prayers, and the big red, they were huge, man. The red ones were huge, but the blue ones that came from the heavens was even bigger, and eliminated them.
I don't know what a submarine sounds like.
That's why it's called spiritual battles. When people say that God doesn't exist, Jesus Christ doesn't exist, the angels don't exist. Well, they do exist because I've witnessed them. That's why I got the stories I'm sharing with y'all. That's what we're supposed to do is pray when we're in a situation or predicament, right? We have to have faith. No, they were massive, man. This red word off, and they were on the street, man. They were coming from one was coming from the right, and the other one was coming from the woods, but I could see it. They were coming straight at me. Uh, but the light blue ones came from the sky. When I prayed for the Heavenly Father to assist me spiritually, He sent His angels to two of them and they collided with them,
Wow.
and the two blue ones went up into the sky Afterward, you couldn't see it with your own eyes.
No, that's a
Well,
good thing.
I seen it with my own eyes, man. When the Heavenly Father blesses you with spiritual good discernment, you can see. He'll warn you. He'll let you know what's around you. I just knew that I was being overwhelmed that night when they were coming for me, and at that time, at the time frame, I was sick. I had my blood clot on my left leg. That's why I would do the exercise. I already had some ailments, so they were targeting me. You know, but all I can say is thank you, Jesus Christ, for assisting me spiritually. He got me out of a situation.
I never heard that JFA. I never heard trumpet sounds coming from the sky.
I've heard it, the trumpet sounds. Yes, brother Jaime Alaniza protected me.
Sounds like a good video, Kyle. Maybe someday we'll be able to see it.
You gotta share. You can share something about this bulto negros that we're talking about, cousin.
I've shared like 3 stories, cuz. like the one I told you that when I was over there around your area, we went to just a little bit farther than Killeen, closer to San Antonio, and when we came back, I dropped off my ex-brother-in-law, and I went and put gas in the truck. The truck had been running for maybe 8 hours, maybe four. I don't know how long it takes to get to where y'all live over there and back. But I pulled into the backyard because I always parked the truck in the backyard at the other house. And as the front of the truck goes into the backyard, right where the house is, I saw a black shadow figure, man. It looked like it had indigenous headdress on with the whole wardrobe of the indigenous people,
Yeah,
and it had a tail, man. And
there
it
you go. There's when I got attacked one during the morning, you can see them. Uh, they're on the road. See the shadow figures, the shadow spirits. They're coming from the sky. There's some that are coming from above. I was pinned down on the ground where uh, I got pressed to the ground, like some they were holding me down, and I was down on my knee because I felt a lot of weight on me. And that's when I went into prayer and I said, God, help me. And I said, God, help me. I felt the pressure come off of me, but when I fell to the ground, I captured this image from my phone. This was on my phone when I stumbled home. I woke up because I had no energy. I stumbled home. I was asleep all day, and that's the image that was on my phone. Let me see, I can see it. There you go.
There you go. Wow.
That's the road right there, and the road is right here. Is behind them. The road. There's even a pole, a fence on the left side.
That's it.
But you see them, the shadow spirits.
Yeah, I see him.
There's some that are coming from the sky. There's some right in front of me. Bulto negros.
As I
And
was
then,
saying, cousin,
mhm.
I drove the truck in the back, and there was that thing went and disappeared into a tree. And like I said, I had no issues with my pickup, man. It had been running about 4 or 8 hours. And when I got to that place where it disappeared by the tree, my truck turned off, man. And I thought that was weird because like I said, it had been running with no problems.
Hmm.
So I got it started and parked the truck the way I wanted it. And when I turned around to close the gate, way back in the back of the yard, man, you could see that dark shadow that looked like a wolf man, just standing there with his arms crossed. So that's my another story of Butos Negros.
There was your original picture that I shared. So I said, what if it was if I had a little bit of darkness to it to see? Must have been a Chevy.
It was. I have two Chevy pickups, Smurfy.
So if it wasn't if I would enhance the picture, I said, what if I give it a little bit more color? How would it look?
Oh wow,
Y'all see it now?
that's it.
Puntos negros. See how they're coming
Amen,
from the
bro.
sky? Like, it looks like a tornado, but it's the shadow figures from the sky.
Having no issues with my transmissions, Smurfy. As a matter of fact, my blue truck has a brand new transmission and a brand new oh, what do you call that thing? Where the drive shaft goes connected.
Yeah, Jaime Lanisa, oh man, enough proof. Yeah, they tried to take me out that day, bro. It was a lot of them. That was only what was in front of me. There was some on top of me and some behind me. They were holding me down from their shoulders, dude. They literally had me when I was. They were dropping. They had me dropped on my knee. They were holding my shoulders, dude. I couldn't move my shoulders and my head. They pressed it down like this. They had me from the shoulder blades. My head was being pressed down to my chest. That's when I called the Heavenly Father to save me, to help me. You know, I said, God, help me. When I said, God, help me, they left real quick. But I was injured. They drained my energy. I think that's why I have problem with my neck till this day, man, because of that assault. They had me. I couldn't. I could feel them holding me down, man. There were some behind me, in front of me, on top of me. There was one that was pressing me, my head to be towards my chest. But I overcame that. So when people say, "Can they attack?" Yeah, they can attack. If you have a spiritual opening, they can attack you.
Yes, Murphy, a new transmission, a new differential. So it gets it, man. Oh,
Yeah, I was trying to. I shared how it originally looked, but I had given it that a little bit more color so y'all can see that it's crazy. Now that I'm looking at the images here, it's changed that up so I won't be able to view them like I was viewing it for some reason.
oh wow.
It made it look like this now, so I won't be able to view the images. So okay, I said let me create one that doesn't have too much color, but that it's not totally black.
Wow, I see it.
You can see the link fence right here. There's a link fence. You see it?
Yeah,
The fence.
that's it.
Can you see the fence on the left side?
That's it.
And that's a street. And where they're standing is a street. They're blocking my path. So I'm showing my evidence. I got short reels of it here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. I created a short reel of that. They were everywhere, man. They tried to take me out. They ambushed me. I was doing my early morning walk. It was like around 6:30, 7 o'clock. I was doing my at that time I would exercise around that time frame, go walking for about 2 hours, and they ambushed me. Yeah, there's faces there. I could create a short reel of it so y'all can see it better. So imagine it drained my energy. I wake up and I look at my phone and it happened like early in the morning. I cut through the mobile home park just to make it to the house. I was knocked out all day and I woke up like around 5:30, 6 o'clock in the afternoon. And when I go look at my phone, that's what was on my phone.
And there's the proof that these fools are hating on you for.
That's the proof I got, man. I got proof. So when I hear the cryptic community hating on me because I'm not believing in Bigfoot like they're believing in Bigfoot, I got my reasons not to believe them in that way because I've gotten attacked. I've fought spiritually, so I know what they are. You see how big they are, right? You
Yeah, I
see how
saw
big
that.
they are. You see how big they are. They're real big, right? That's why I believe in Jesus Christ. That's why I'm wearing the hat today. Walk with Jesus. I love Jesus. Yeah, brother Jaime, Alanis. I'm gonna make I think I created a short reel of it, but I'm gonna make it with different with You think that's crazy?
Excuse me.
Let me share another picture. Two shadow spirits in the park, right beside me. That's one right here sitting like near a log, and the other one is right there to the left, standing. Let's see. Let me see. I can give you a better picture than that. I try to create it with some, so you can see it better. Y'all see them? That's in the park.
Wow.
Let me. So it was because it was sun was already setting. So it'd be another picture of them. Bulto negros. That's it. That's at the park. Yeah, that's at the park. They were surface up like around. They were surfer every time it got dark already in the park. They surface up. They come out of the darkness because they're territorial. That's their territory. So they're showing themselves to you, like letting you know, hey, this is our territory.
They're dangerous as JFA, and what's really dangerous is some people can't really see them that they're around.
I sensed them. I sensed them beside me. They were saying something to me. I heard them saying something because they're demonic, right? So I wasn't really paying attention to what they were saying. So I just got the camera and recorded. I took a picture of where I was hearing somebody saying something. That's what I captured. I got one with red eyes that I caught. I believe it was the what people call the Hat Man. It was by my mobile home. Let me see if I can find it. I wish I could upload it and share it a different way so y'all can see. I just need to figure out how to do that. So let me show you the one that I caught by the house by my truck. Mm, Let me see if I can find it real quick.
Any
Uh,
questions so far, people? Any questions or comments? While he's looking for that, I'll try to answer as best as I can.
I'm sharing the bulto negros that I got on my phone. No, this pictures are on my spiritual encrypted encounters on Facebook. Yeah, I've captured some crazy pictures, man, over when I was being spiritually targeted. Okay, man, something throwing me off, man, from my concentration here.
Something doesn't want you to show that picture.
Yeah, that one that I just showed, man. It's something about it, man.
Yeah, Abe does not have fear of them.
Here's one that's you know how I told you they go through trees. Here's one coming out of a tree. You see it?
Wow.
It's by the side of the tree. Look, it's coming
Mm-hmm.
out of the tree. There it is.
That's it.
Look at the ears. It looks like what? He's got the. It looks like he's got the ears like of a. Let me. Oh,
Just he run kind of like a bear ears.
there it is.
Wow.
That's an acorn tree. It's to the
Mm-hmm.
side of it. Look,
I see it.
coming through the tree. And people try to say, I don't got evidence. That's crazy, right? Well, this one's pretty. This one's wicked right here. I'm gonna show you the regular picture. Okay, this is the path of Elms Grove, or the path where I had my encounter. So now I'm gonna show you where it's at. Do you all see it? I'll do a close up on it.
Yeah, that's what I thought it was. Thing is huge, man.
There it is, right there. It's got a
Mm-hmm.
look at the hand. Looks like a hoof.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the face. So I'm gonna cut it down to size. It's pretty tall where it's standing. That's tall. That's a pass at Elms Grove, and it looks like a bulto negro. But that one has form, and it looks like it has a face and everything.
Liz got a question for you, primo.
Yes, I have seen a back hat inside my patio area come in through the window without glass, no body, no face, and one hand. It looked like a right hand only. Maybe that's it's probably most likely a shadow spirit. It's trying to find itself inside your home. So next time you see it, take authority over it. Say, welcome in here. I tie bind and rebuke you in Jesus Christ's name. That's from Elm Grove. That's the path in Elms Grove. I said I have a lot of pictures on my group Spiritual Encrypted Encounters. All these pictures are in there. I believe that area, of what I understand after I made this was his haunted season 3 episode 2, older people were telling me that area, the airport, the quad that I will walk, and the golf course was all native Indian burial ground. That's what I was told. I was told that by a person that built the old airport, that when they were digging the airport, they found a mass grave site of natives with their amulets and stuff like that. So people were trying to steal the amulets and the jewelry that they had, right? But they were told to cover it up, to cover up.
Yes.
They built over it. So they built all this land that was like this was the golf course, the airport, and where the mobile home park was. I believe that's where there's a lot of activity there. Well, that's true. They can see stuff. They let us know the animals. I just, we're doing the show about spirits, so might as well just next time I'll do it a better way where I can download the picture and be able to share it through here, so y'all can see it. But I'm just doing it the best way that I can do for right now. I want to share a picture of me, brothers and sisters, and y'all are the only ones that are going to see this because I haven't really shared this anywhere. It's a picture of me when I was fighting spiritually. I got a couple of pictures like this where I was fighting spiritually in Elms Grove, and the pictures will come out whack. The pictures will come out distorted. Here's a picture of some of the energies of the aura-like orbs that I will catch in Elms Grove at nighttime.
I see the red orbs.
It had energy, look, because it was
Mm.
manifesting. That's a nighttime.
Hey, cousin, you told me to tell you when we reach the 2 hour mark. We've reached the 2 hour mark.
What time? What time you got? There's
It's
we go
two
to
forty.
three and we call it a night at three.
It's okay, cause it's a 2:42.
Okay. I hope y'all liking tonight's show, man. I'm sharing. I'm going into my little vault of images here, of pictures that I got.
Welcome to the real deal. That's why my cousin gets so much hate from the haters, cause he has proof. Thank you, Liz. You know my cousin always aims to please. Don't forget to hit your like buttons.
Check out this one. This is inches away from me. This is the I know it's not about the shapeshifter skinwalkers, but I'm going to show a picture where he's right beside me. Wait up. Can y'all see it?
Is it right there in the middle? Yeah, I
Yeah,
see it.
right in the middle.
I see it.
The face is below the face of the skinwalker is below, and,
Wow.
and then on top is the head of the wolf. Oh, there you go. Let me give you a different look.
Dolly Parton, really, Kyle? Is that what you see?
I'm gonna give it a different look that it won't be so bright, so you can see the natural look of it. There you go.
Oh
Look at
wow.
it's even got color in the eyes. And look,
Best little treehouse in Texas, Kyle.
y'all see it
I see it.
right beside me. Skinwalker, Central Texas native Skinwalker shapeshifter, right beside me. Many shows can say that they got proof of something, but I'm showing y'all the proof that I captured when I go and investigate. Kyle said, "Get out of town, Jack." He had the face underneath, and then he had the look of the. I guess his hide was of a wolf or a bear, possibly, because it looked big.
It's because they can sense its spiritual light, JFA. Like the emperor used to say, the force is strong with him.
I'm just going through here so I can share some more. Oh man, look at this one. Don't mind my face, but look, I got the arrow where it's standing behind me. It's a close up of my face, but you could. I got the arrow pointing at where it's at. You see the red arrow?
Oh, I see it. I see it. That's a tall one, man.
Yeah. Let me hit the shit. Let's see and get a better view. Here we go.
Wow, look at those
You see,
eyes.
you see the face?
Yeah,
Look how
eyes are
tall it is.
yellow. Yeah, that's a good 8 or 9 feet tall, cousin, and not more.
That's tall. He's standing it's standing right there where the arrow's at.
I see it.
I was sharing a couple of pictures, Leo. You want to see a crazy picture of Elms Grove where there's a lot of them? Don't freak out with this one, guys. I'm just saying this how wicked it is there. Oh, let me lower down the brightness some.
Wow.
Let me
One,
do
two, three.
let me do a close up of it. Mind you, I'm taking the picture and I'm in the path. Look how many there is.
1, 2, 3, 4. Wow, man.
There's a bunch of them by the path of Elms Grove. They're blocking the path. Look, look at that one with the skinny arms.
You saw
Yeah.
that too, Jaime?
This one is the one that called me. This one called me they call me Marranito. I couldn't catch it because the sun was setting, but I got close to it as much as I can, and I believe it's even got cuernos.
There used to be an Indian burial ground, Kyle.
So I just got an image of it.
What the fuck? Excuse my language.
You see it?
Mm-hmm.
See the teeth, the mouth, and the cuernos. Look at the cuernos right in the center. Two horns, like como cuernos de diablo.
Oh shit.
That one's got his seeing the teeth and you see a tongue. It's just I couldn't get a good picture of it because I came out of my it came out of my video. Yeah, that's the one that Jaime was talking about with the horns. You call me marranito, man. Call me little pig.
Damn it, boy.
That one was tall, man. It was above the trees. He was looking down at me. Uh, here's a picture of the little fairy. Who's into fairies? Any females here into fairies? Any females here? Who's into fairies? It was taller than 10 feet, Jaime. That was taller than 10 feet. Who's into fairies?
Wow, look at that. Hey, Tinkerbell.
Who wants to see a young private?
Hey, I remember that guy.
When I was in the army?
What more evidence do we all need to believe that the real deal is right here?
I'm just sharing some pictures with you all, brothers and sisters. That's just pictures that I was able to capture, and that's not just what's in my memory of what I've seen and I witnessed. You know, that's why I come up with the stories because I've witnessed what I see. Thank you, JFA. Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, Sister Liz, Brother Jaime. I haven't gone back to Alms Grove because they put all kinds of signs. I guess they found out about the show, and they put all kinds of signs about no soliciting and all this stuff. But I know how to go in the back way in through the side of the highway into the woods. It just yeah, I don't want to get no negative attachments. So I was just sharing something. We're talking about bultos and negros and shadow spirits. They're there. You should see when they're out there in numbers. When they come out like around 1:30 or 2 in the morning, and you can see them coming out of the woods, and they're by the swing set because there's lights out there, so you're able to see the dark shadow figures standing in the park at nighttime, and they're moving around. That you can see them.
Wow, man.
Yes.
I agree, Jaime. I agree, but Primo said that it used to be a Native American burial ground there, a mass grave.
Of what I hear, but it could be other things because I've seen people dressed in Druid like, so it couldn't have been a place where there could have been some sacrifices or something in that nature. Seeing these people dressed in Druid like with the hoodies and stuff like that, with the hoods. Yes, I would say so, brother. High Melanies is cursed, and they've caused a lot of accidents on the highway where a lot of people have died also. But I just wanted to share it with y'all. When people say I don't got proof, come on, get out of here.
Good night,
Thank you
Kyle.
all. Yeah, we're
Have a
fixing to
good
call it
night.
a night. Uh, in saying that, brothers and sisters, I hope you all enjoyed tonight's show. Cousin Jesse, do you have anything else to say to
No,
anybody before we go? Because I know you got church. Uh, I know Sunday you got church, right?
Sunday I got church, but hope the good Lord protects y'all in your sleep and keeps y'all safe from any harm from the negative attachments and the enemy. Y'all have a
Amen.
blessed day.
All right, cousin.
All right, cousin. Bye, Liz.
So there you go, folks. Maybe y'all can see it better now since I have a bigger screen to work with now. Here we go. Y'all can see the fence on the left side. Bulto negros. Ugh. That's what I was dealing with in Elm's Grove, brothers and sisters. Fighting spiritually for my life, not just for my life, but to protect my family. But in saying that, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in good night, tonight. God bless every single one of y'all. Everybody have a beautiful, blessed evening. Let me say a prayer before we go. Heavenly Father, at this time, I'd like to pray for all my brothers and sisters here on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters for Cousin Jesse. There was no negative because of the pictures I showed, for nothing negative to affect anybody in my life. We place 70 crosses on the pictures that I shared. Heavenly crosses on every member that's here that viewed these pictures. Heavenly crosses on our windows and doorways. We take authority over anything unclean, anything negative. We type on our beacon in Jesus Christ's name. This I pray through our Heavenly Father. Amen. And saying good night. For those who are not on my on Spiritual Encrypted Encounters on YouTube, that's where all the picture at. I have a lot of pictures there. All you got to do is go to the photos and look away. Some of the short reels that I got here are created from the photos here on YouTube. You're welcome, GFA. And saying that, good night, brothers and sisters. Everybody have a beautiful, blessed evening or a blessed morning. Peace out, everybody.